Welcome to Everything Casual, bringing you original football casual videos from the golden era of the 80s and 90s, right up to current day. Football away day stories and historic clashes between football firms. Subscribe so you don't miss out. We upload videos every week. Daniel Wright is a top lad, involved with Bradford Ointment, and by his own admission, he has been a bit of a naughty boy and has been involved in many of Bradford's most notable battles. Daniel has very kindly allowed me to read out the first chapter of his new book. It's fictional, but really, it's heavily influenced by Daniel's real experiences with Bradford Ointment. Honestly, this is the best football casual book that I have read in a long time, and we will all be able to relate to it. Whether you are from Bradford or just into the real football casual scene, then this book is for you. Would make an excellent Christmas present too. So listen to this chapter, and if you like the sound of it and would like more, I will leave a link in the description. It is highly recommended by me. You may have seen Daniel's interview on the James English podcast. If you have, then you will know that Daniel is the real deal, a proper lad. Let's jump straight into his book. Here goes.
Today is the day we've been looking forward to for months, ever since the fixtures were released, one of our biggest rivals at home. I look around the pub, a dingy old shithole. The air is thick with stale beer and the ghost of 1,000 cigarettes. The cream walls, long since turned brown, are a legacy left by past customers who'd sat here all day, puffing on roll-ups, picking their next losers from the racing post before shooting next door to the bookies. None of that today, though. This pub has gone up in the world, now packed with some of the finest football thugs Bradford has to offer. There's a good turnout from us, around 60, mostly us younger lads. I don't think anyone from our lot is missing today. It's not often we get these numbers, but everyone's here expecting it to go off. Even 10 of the older lads have shown up. I'm sure they think it's a poor turnout for one of our biggest rivals, remembering back to their prime when they were causing mayhem up and down the country. Back in the 80s, they'd have turned out a few hundred for Huddersfield at home. But this is 2004. Times have changed. Now it's the era of CCTV. Football intelligence units, big jail sentences and bans that stop you from being anywhere near a stadium on a Saturday afternoon. I glance over at Wrighty, standing at the bar with Bungling Dave, two brothers from Homewood, once the biggest council estate in Europe. They've been coming with us for about a year now. Good lads, both game as a badger and both can fight. You want them there when it kicks off. Dave's dress sense is atrocious, but Bungle looks the part. Creamstone Island jacket, buttoned-up jeans and a pair of white Stan Smiths. Dave looks decent from the waist up, Lacoste hoodie, Hugo Boss cap, but then you see his fucking trainers. Bright yellow Nike Air Shockers. Fitting name because they're shocking. He's new to the scene though, probably thinking the most expensive trainers must be the best. We all love our expensive clobber, but it's not just about price, it's about looking casual, and those are pure Chava trainers. We're on the move, he says. Someone complains that they just got a pint in. Leave it, you fucking dickhead, Wrighty snaps. He tells everyone to stay tight and keep up. We're only 5 minutes away from where we need to be, and we don't want the plod spotting us early and fucking up the old day, giving some mug a pay rise and a promotion. That gets a few laughs as we head for the door. We jog across Manchester Road, stopping traffic as we hop over the barrier in the middle of the road. No police cars in sight for now. I wonder what the people in their cars must be thinking. It's 10 a.m. That's what happens when they try to fuck us over with an early kick-off at 12. You just get up earlier. Strictly retro Adidas for us casuals, Gazelles, Stan Smiths, trim trabs maybe. Not for Wrighty though. I glance at him, he's got his usual Nikes on, a smart pair of turquoise and navy blue Nike waffles. Wrighty keeps checking his phone, looking down at it every 20 seconds, waiting, watching. The moment that call comes, we move. He catches my eye and nods towards my jacket. Where'd you get that from? How much? Smart as fuck, that. I can't help but grin. Finally, someone's noticed my brand new Adidas retro orange and black micro pacer jacket, the one with the watch in the arm. I explain it to him and we chat about clothes for a couple of minutes. He shows me his new balaclava hoodie, navy blue. His one true Saxon top is perfect for a day like today. In case PC Stokes and his cameraman catch up with us, he gets a few chuckles from the lads. Just as we're finishing our conversation, his phone rings. He grabs it like a kid opening his first Christmas present. As he heads for the door, he turns back to me. Those trainers are smart as well, Ben. A lot better than Dave's anyway. It grins as he walks out. The old pub seems to have been listening, waiting for the punchline. Dave stands there silent, looking down at his trainers like he's asking himself, what's wrong with them? He glances towards Wrighty, probably thinking about shouting something, maybe how much they cost, but he thinks better of it. He looks over at Bungle for backup, but Bungle's too busy laughing. Wrighty's back within a minute. 60 lads dressed to the nines, in Stone Island, Paul and Shark, CP Company, Burberry or some other top-end designer, disappearing into the back streets of West Bowling. They're probably slating us to their wives, silly mugs need to grow up, but rarely they wish they had the balls to be here feeling the rush of the mob as we march off for battle. Instead, they're off to spend their day in IKEA, wandering round pretending to give a fuck about some Swedish furniture, just so they keep the missus happy. Also that, after spending all their money on a new oak coffee table, she might let him get their end away for once. But as always, she's got a headache and he's too tired to bother. So off he goes upstairs to pull one off in the bathroom, thinking about that girl at work he's too much of a coward to talk to. Meanwhile, she's downstairs, getting wet over the 60 ointment lads she saw earlier. The first time she'd been excited since she fucked that black lad behind his back 4 months ago. Yeah, we're the sad cunts, you're the ones living a pathetic existence. As we walk through this deprived, depressing area, I take in the rows of terraced houses and industrial units. This place is a shithole now. Some houses are boarded up, most of the industrial units empty. I can feel the rush building in my stomach. This is what I live for, the walk to battle, not knowing what's coming. There could be hundreds of them, they could be tooled up, anything could happen. Wright is leading us, probably giving one of his Churchill speeches, telling everyone to fire straight in, not to run, or some other bullshit. I'm not listening, I'm talking to myself. Whatever happens, get straight in. Don't run, no matter what. This is the best part, the unknown, the dread, the excitement, the buzz, the feeling we're all hooked on. Each one of us is working ourselves up, getting ready for what's coming. We're all here today. Wrighty and the BD4 boys and era of Bradford. Gallen and Phil with the party boys who have done the straight throw from last night and look worse for wear. James and Ollie Dyer. Pemberton and Tom from the Bingley crew. Me, Graham, Packinaz and the rest of the white boys. All the little mobs from across Bradford have come together to form the Ointments. A mix of races, mostly white lads, but a few black lads and a couple of Pakistanis too. We're a multicultural firm, not into that BMP shit. Some of the lads might be, but most of us couldn't care less. Different colours, creeds, religions, doesn't matter. We're here because we love Bradford City and kicking the fuck out of someone. Take Leon and Devon, two of our black lads. Leon's a straight hustler, selling white and brown all week, making big money. Devon's a straight worker like me, got he's a qualified electrician and I'm a plumber. The media paint us all the same, white skinheads with a tattoo of a British bulldog wrapped in a Union jacket and the statement, "These colours don't run," tattooed underneath the picture. But we're a mix, left wing, right wing, drug dealers, honest workers. All in it for the same reason. A couple of smackheads stroll past and I think of Dom, my cousin, the rat who robbed me grandma. My fists clench. When I see him, I'm knocking his head clean off. He made out like he'd just called round for a cup of tea. After 5 minutes or so of chatting, he asked if he could use the bathroom. Of course my grandma let him. Then she found him in a jewellery box upstairs. When she confronted him, the scumbag pushed her over and ran out the house. She was devastated. My mum and Auntie Shannon, Dom's mum, had to take turns staying with her for a week because she was so upset. She couldn't believe that the little boy who she used to babysit, the one who she raised alongside me, had robbed her of her prized possessions. Thinking about it makes me blood boil. When I see him, I'm going to punch his head in. It doesn't matter that we grew up together, that we were close all our lives, watching Bradford together as kids, playing for White Juniors through childhood. That good lad he used to be. He's gone. Now he's just a dirty smackhead who robs from his own family. My fists clench at the thought of him. I'm snapped back to reality as we turn the corner and head under the bridge. We can see the Mill Lane pub now. A few Huddersfield lads standing outside. Wright shouts, "Keep walking, boys." We're about 50 yards away now. As we march toward the pub, I expect them to come outside, but for some reason they're not moving. Annoyance flares up in my chest. Fucking wankers. All this planning, all this build-up, and now they're going to bottle it. As we reach the pub, shouts of, "Come on, Huddersfield," ring out. A couple of our lads launch bricks through the windows while the rest of us stand outside waiting for them to come out. Wrighty doesn't wait. He walks straight through the pub doors, and we all follow. A pool ball goes flying past his head, somehow missing all of us as we push through the first set of doors. But then there's another set, double doors, where the Huddersfield lads stand, golding us. Wrighty doesn't hesitate. He walks straight up and punches one clean in the face, sending him flying backwards into his own lot. And then without a second thought, he charges straight in the middle of them. We pile in behind him, fist and boots flying, but it's too tight. Only about 4 of us can get in at a time. I try throwing punches over Dave's shoulder, but it's no use. It's too cramped, and everyone's getting in each other's way. The Huddersfield lads give it a surge, pushing us back slightly to the first doorway. A gap opens between the two mobs for a few seconds, insults and threats flying back and forth. Then we see it. Wright is still in the middle of them, getting the absolute shit kicked out of him. A dozen Huddersfield lads are laying into him. We push forward trying to get to him, but it's no good. The space is too small. We can't break through. Then out of nowhere, one of our older lads, Kevin, comes charging in wielding the biggest piece of wood I've ever seen in my life. Fuck knows where he got that from. He swings it at the Huddersfield lads' heads, creating a split-second gap in their line. It's just a few seconds, but it's just enough. Me, Dave and Bungle rush in, grabbing Wrighty and dragging him out. He doubles over for a second, holding his face, the back of his head's gushing blood. When he straightens up, he lets out a furious "Fuck!" His nose and lip are busted, blood covering his face. He's taken a fair few whacks, probably a bottle to the back of the head too. We're all outside now, the Huddersfield mob trapped behind the second set of doors. Both groups are throwing insults and objects, beer glasses, pool balls, anything anyone can get their hands on. Then suddenly, a siren wails out. We all turn and run. But as we get 30 yards up the street, we realise it's not the police. One of the missiles thrown in the chaos has smashed through a car's window and setting the alarm off. We stop. We turn back to the pub. The Huddersfield lot think we were running from them. They come steaming out, about 40 of them charging towards us. There's about 10 yards between us now. Both groups are starting to gesture, baiting each other in. "Ointment mental! Ointment mental! Ointment mental!" The Huddersfield boys respond with their own chant.
Both groups start walking toward each other. Wrighty suddenly flies out in front of us, rage in his eyes, blood still pouring down his face. He swings first, punching a Huddersfield lad clean in the jaw. The lad goes down onto the seat of his pants, panic in his eyes, scrambling to try and get to his feet before the boot comes in. He doesn't make it. Bungle steps in and boots him straight under the chin, knocking him out before the back of head hits her tarmac. We pile in. Dave launches into a lad with a kung fu style kick. I grab one by the collar, yanking him toward me, and start hammering punches into his face. Then, pain. A sharp whack to the side of my jaw sends me staggering sideways. Before he can hit me again, Dev steps in, slamming a traffic cone into his face. Blood spurts everywhere as it smashes into his nose. Somehow, he stays upright, stumbling back into his group. All around us, little pockets of fights break out. Huddersfield are giving it everything, but we're on top. A couple of their lads are already laid out, and they're starting to back off down the road. Then it happens.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you subscribe, you will be notified when we release a new video. It could be your firm we make a video about next, so don't miss out and hit the subscribe button. You can find me on Facebook or email me if you have a good story to tell. See you next time.